what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling that everything is going your way. Welcome to the Voice of Hope Connection. I am D. Foster III, CEO of Wake Up Global Networks and owner of D3 Consultant, LLC. I am so honored that you chose to join us today for this inspirational word that we pray will get you through the week. At the beginning, I want to encourage you to follow us on our brand new social media platforms, the Voice Over Podcasts on IG and on TikTok, and then the Voice Over Pod on X. So you know everything that we are doing, especially launching our brand new podcast. I hope you were encouraged with the word from last week, but I got to share something with you. Again, I always say, we don't know what we're going to face from week to week, but we do know that there is a voice of hope. And this week, I want to connect you to the voice of the words of the late Michael Jackson, one of my favorite songs of his, rather, and it came later in his career, and it simply said, "You are not alone. I am here with you." Now I'm going to change the words. That said, "Though you're far away, I am here to stay." But I want to change that. He's not far away, and he's here to stay. Okay? As you go through this week, I want to remind you that whatever you face, that you are not alone. Life can be busy. Life is hustle and bustle. And everybody is lifing, and people are going here and going there and taking care of what they need to take care of and working and taking care of their families, and everybody seems busy. And sometimes you can be caught in the crucible of feeling that nobody cares. Nobody sees and knows what I'm going through. And I am by myself. But I came to encourage you this week that yes, it may be those times. And the fact is, there are times when people don't care what we're going through because they're going through their own stuff. They don't know what we're going through because we go through it so well. And yes, there are times, if I can be transparent, that we do feel alone. But I want you to remember that if you hit that intersection this week, I want you to know that you are not alone. And here's why. Here's why. In the words of the great master, in the words of Jesus, in the words of one who stilled waters, he gave us a promise. Over in the book of Matthew chapter 19, he says, "And lo, I am with you," not low. Lo, even when you're flying high, that's a joke. "I am with you always, in every circumstance, in every situation. And lo, I am with you." That reminds me of a joke a friend of mine told. He says, "I don't fly." I said, "Why don't you fly?" He says, "Because God said, I'll be with you. Lo, I'll be with you always." Just a little joke. But that's not true. Whether you're high in the sky, whether you're in the valley, whether you're walking through, in the words of Psalms 23, the valley and the shadow of death, fear no evil. Here it is again, for I am with you. And what I love to add, more importantly, I love it because not only is God with me, but I've grown to understand that God is in me also. And so this week, I want to encourage you. Yes, life will happen. Yes, people will pass you by. Yes, it seems like nobody is empathetic. All of these things are the conditions of life. But what I want to remind you as you get to those intersections this week is that I have a promise. I have a promise from God that He will never leave me nor forsake me, and will be with me through and to the end of the age. Now, if that don't make you get up on this Sunday morning, get you a cup of coffee and get you a piece of toast and some fruit, what will? Yes, I have God with me, and I have God in me. Keep that on your mind. Keep that. Matter of fact, make Post-it notes. Do it in a few minutes when you finish watching this to remind you, God will never leave me. God will be with me to the end. And just put those in your bathroom mirror and say that when you get up. Put it on your bedstand, your nightstand, so you say it before you go to bed. God is with me. No matter what I face this week, I am not facing it alone. And when that truth you understand, you and I can make it through anything. Don't forget the likes, the shares, the follows. Invite somebody else to join us next week for the Voice of Hope Connection. And the good news is, immediately after this, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me on our Voice of Healing community prayer call. Oh, we had our first one last week, and it was rich. The way you connect is on the bottom of the screen. And of course, don't miss the Voice Over Now podcast. Until next week this time, I've been your host and hopefully your voice of hope, D. Foster III, saying there is a voice of hope. Connect to it.